Hello. Hey, you guys. David here. Just to kind of bring you up to speed, we on this little video we do a short chat and about today it's about addiction and recovery and a little reading and then a short 3-minute meditation. So if you stay to the end, you catch the meditation. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'd love it if you subscribe. All right, thanks. So I've been talking to a couple of guys today, and both in different levels of recovery. One guy, is just a habitual. We call him a slipper. He keeps slipping, but uh, this last time that he went out, he got an impaired driving charge, and that's wow, that's tough. Hi, Teresa. Hi. Tough. An impaired driving charge is like, wow, it's not like it used to be. Boy, when I was a kid, if you got an impaired driving charge, it was like a $350 fine. But my God, it's a big deal now. So uh, here he is in recovery, or trying to be in recovery, and he goes out drinking and using, gets an impaired driving charge. Damn. And he has a family and a job, and so then a couple of days later, he's borrowing somebody's car because his is impounded, so he can go to work, and and he gets caught driving, while disqualified, and it just compounds, right? It's like, oh, Toledo, it's so hard to watch the struggle, and you know, um, it really is. And so we had quite a long talk this morning about his relationship with higher power. And, first his relationship with step one and surrender, but then his relationship with higher power. And a lot of times what happens to us is that we think that we've just burned that bridge, with higher power, with God, with the universal intelligence, with consciousness. We think, our ego says, you've burned that bridge. You can't go back down that road. That's not going, there's no, if there is a God, he certainly isn't going to, want to have anything to do with you. And we get that thought. I know it's crazy. It's ego. So ego tells us we can't go back and have a relationship with a higher power. And I talked to him about that this morning, and I think he was surprised that I knew that those were thoughts in his mind, that he, made so many let's make a deal prayers in his life. He'd said, get me out of this one, God, and I promise I'll be, you know, I'll change. And we've many of us have done that, and we've said yes, just this time, and then we've not followed through. We've broken our commitment, and so, and I said to him this morning, so let's look at this right now like an amend. So you have a relationship with this higher power, whatever it is, however you conceive that, and you feel like you've cheated or lied to that higher power so many times that the relationship is not renewable. And he said yes. And I said, so go to that higher power, with an amend, acknowledge that, and make that amend and begin to develop that relationship again. Like any relationship, we need to clean up the wreckage of the past. Uh, and not that I believe that higher power or God or love holds anything from the past, but we do. And so cleaning it up is for us. And so hopefully that's a beginning. We've maybe found one of these little blocks that keep us from moving forward for him. And I was talking to another guy later today, and alcoholics and addicts and new in recovery, with when we haven't really done the work, sometimes we're not good in relationships. And when he's struggling with a relationship with his family, and which he hasn't had a real relationship with maybe before ever, and so he's in the struggle with that. And so I encouraged him to just pray about it, to really follow through with step 10, which is where we kind of look at how we're behaving in our relationships and in our affairs, and to look for dishonesty and selfishness and fear, and in every relationship. And it's that's the beautiful thing about the 12-step program is we have directions on how to be in relationship, but usually we don't look at those directions until shit's hit the fan, you know and we're wondering, why people have, maybe don't want to spend time with us or are avoiding us, and because we've damaged the relationship. So, and they're not, I think, as easy to repair sometimes as their relationship with our higher power. But that's the number one relationship. We want recovery from this seemingly hopeless state of mind and body. Finding something to believe in. It doesn't matter what we call it, but something. I like the idea of calling it love. You know, let's focus on it. Let's just call it love. Love, and then what would love do? And make, love is a power greater than us, guaranteed. So we can use that as our higher power. Love is our higher power, and it's so simple, you know. And if you want to expand it into some sort of a belief, a religious belief or something afterwards, that's fine. Let's start with love, and maybe we start with and end with love. I was listening to Dr. David Hawkins today. I love Hawkins stuff, and he talked about, the literally being in a constant state of prayer, of, you know, have that relationship is the relationship with now, with where is our higher power? Where is God not? And we don't need to go into necessarily a special room or take a special position to be in communication with that now, and feel that love and feel that guidance and intuition and knowingness and compassion for others because we're in relationship with that. So what a beautiful way to live, and it's possible for everyone. Um, Really, it's possible for everyone. And yet so many of us don't get it. We complicate the hell out of it. Just keep it simple. You know, number one is that, for many of us, if we're alcoholic and addict, our lives are screwed. And we can't make, all our decisions are being made from selfishness, from ego, from fear. So we can't live from there. So step one is my life is unmanageable. And the beginning of step one is that we're powerless over whatever it is we're addicted to, whether it be drugs and alcohol, whether it be relationship, sex and love, often we'll go there to try to feel better, to try to numb the pain, and we'll use people in that process, and so that kind of is the deal that we have to look at. Okay. Anyway, so step one, and then step two is that having basically a concept, and just use love. There is a beautiful concept in the book that I love, and it's that God is my employer, and because I need to have something kind of simple like that, and that works for me. God the employer, and being all powerful, he provides all our needs, so we stay close to him, right? Through prayer and meditation, perform his work well. That's the job of carrying this message and helping addicts and alcoholics, no matter where they are, and so life on life's terms, baby. And I'm going to just read now from my little book I read from every day, and thanks for joining me so far. And what's the date? I always there we go. It's the 23rd. So I've been reading this book for a while, and it's very simple. It was written in 1954. It's a little dated in some ways, with the language, but that's okay. I enjoy sharing it here, and hopefully there's a piece in here for you today. And so March 23rd, sorry, 23rd of March, 2021. Imagine. Strength, says, comes from the fellowship you find when you come into the 12-step world. And fellowship lifts us up. There's love in the fellowship. Again, love is the answer. Just being with men and women who have found the way out gives us a feeling of security. Yes, hang with the winners. My mom used to say, fly with the crows and you're going to get shot, and because she didn't like some of the people that I was running with as a kid. And fly with the crows, you're going to get shot. Well, stick with the winners, and the winners are in the 12-step world, and they've changed their way of living, and they're coming. They have a love-based, God-based, consciousness. says, we listen to the speakers who talk, you talk with the members, and you absorb the atmosphere of confidence and hope that we find in this place. That's in the sobriety, that's in the fellowship, right? By receiving strength from the fellowship of other 12-step members. That's the question. Meditation for the day. So this thing has, like, in this little book, it's broken up into thought for the day, meditation for the day, and then prayer for the day. And it's a beautiful little, one of the things I talk about a lot here is having daily practices, so to continue to, keep us on the beam, keep us in the flow, keep us in the connection, keep us aware, keep us conscious of, this need to have this relationship, and this become the most important relationship in our lives. Okay, meditation for today. God, it said, is with you to bless and help you. His spirit is all around you. Yes, everywhere. Waver not in your faith or in your prayers. All power is the Lord's. Say that to yourself often and steadfastly. Say it until your heart sings with joy for the safety and personal power that it brings you, that it means to you. Say it until the very force of the utterance drives back and puts to naught all the evils against you. Use it as a battle cry. All power is the Lord's. Use it as a battle cry. All power is the Lord's. Then you will pass on to victory over all your sins. Then you will pass on to victory over all your sins and temptations. Then you will begin to live a victorious life. So when we're living in a God consciousness, we're not tempted to anger. We're not tempted to resentment. We're not tempted to fear. We're living in the moment, in strength, in power, the power that's much greater than ours. So call it love, call it Lord, call it God, call it what you want. But there is a power greater than us that we can live and experience in our relationship. Power, it says prayer for the day. It's the third part of the prayer. So like I said, thought for the day, meditation for the day, prayer for the day. I pray that with strength from God, I may lead an abundant life. I pray that I may lead a life of victory. So it's beautiful. So what the other thing that I like to do when we're on this is a short meditation. There's a reason for this, okay? The reason that I do this little meditation is to encourage you to regularly sit quietly, to take a little time to just sit quietly. And we can call it meditation if you like, or we can call it sitting. I sometimes call it sitting. But there's not much to it. It really isn't, but it's a practice of going inside. And because like Bill Wilson said, deep down inside every man, woman, and child is the fundamental idea of God, and God either is or he isn't. Either he's everything or he's nothing. But we can't connect with that if we don't take a moment every day, or 10 minutes every day, or some people take a lot longer to just sit and be still. And so just, join me. I'd love it if you join me. If you're driving, please pull over. And doesn't matter where you are, if you can just, sit quietly, safely for, 3 minutes. As long as you want, but I'm just going to hold you for about 3 minutes. So we just drop into this space. Just feel into where we are right now. We're living in this body that's been, an amazing vehicle. And let's check it out for a minute. Let's, become aware of it. Becoming aware of or conscious of the body brings us into the moment, brings us here. And so just, take a second to bring your consciousness or focus or awareness into your feet. And then we're just going to work our way up. Bring your awareness, focus into your feet and your ankles. Feel your body into your calves and knees. Bring your attention into your thighs and hips, to your lower back, to your butt that you're sitting on, your genital area, your belly. We're here in your body. Just feel the energy flowing up your spine, to your shoulders. Just feel yourself in your shoulders. Become aware of your shoulders. To your neck. Bring your attention into your head, right inside of your skull. Bring your attention to your forehead, between your eyebrows, into your eyes themselves, even though they're closed. Just focus, bring your attention into your eyes. Let them just relax inside. Into your nose, lips, jaw. Just let your jaw relax and feel the energy we hold there. Sometimes just kind of ooze out of it. In your neck, chest, breath. Here we are in our breath. Just bring your energy into your heart. Feel it expanding to fill your whole body with your heart, with your love, with oxygen. Just bring your attention for one moment into your fingers, your hands, your wrists, your forearms, your elbows, upper arms, back into your shoulders and chest, your breath. Now we'll just sit quietly. Just sit with me for a couple of minutes. If there are any sounds, just take them in, include them. It's always going to be sounds. If thoughts come, just let them go. Just let them go. Surrender them gently. Don't push them away. Just let them be. They'll drop away on their own. Okay. So come back or not. Stay where you are. It's a beautiful space, that stillness, that isness, that oneness. No future, no past. Just being here. And practice this every day or many times a day if you like. I'm going to leave. You can stay. Be in this space. Love you. Love you, love you. Thank you.